Hello and welcome to a new edition of Compelled. I am Mike, and today we're going to be talking about Gary Glitter again. Ironically, Gary Glitter Part 2, if you want to call it that. What is Hollywood's obsession with pedophiles? And I bring this up because I constantly see the movie Jeepers Creepers, which is directed by Victor Salva, always on TV. And of course, that brought up the whole idea behind this one. Gary Glitter, he's famous for his song Rock and Roll Part 1 and Part 2. And it's played everywhere. Stadiums, still played on the radio. And now it's been featured in the movie The Joker. Now, generally I don't have a problem with this. It's context of a scene that they use the song in. But it's just weird. It's weird that they would use something like that song instead of another song. I mean, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree on this because, let's face it, it's the music industry and the film industry is just filled with all of this stuff, all of this bad shit, and it's openly talked about. So Victor Salva, who has done movies like Jeepers Creepers and even Powder, was convicted of child abuse, child touching, whatever you want to call it. And his movie, Jeepers Creepers, is played all over cable, all over DirecTV, all over. People love these movies for some reason. And I think it's just part of that is they don't know, they don't care. So when you have someone like Gary Glitter, well, you know, the average person doesn't really give a shit who Gary Glitter is. They don't care in terms of what he's done. They don't care. It's just music. They've heard the song a million times. They don't know who the artist is. Some do, but not everybody. And they don't pay any more attention to it other than they either like the song or they don't. You know, fans will know who this Gary Glitter is and things like that. But the average person doesn't. Just like the average person doesn't care who Victor Salva is, but they just like his movies. Well, the weird thing is that you see Jeepers Creepers all the time on TV, but you don't see Powder all the time on TV, which is a better movie. And with his conviction, they still played his movie, which means that he still makes money off of this stuff. Moving on to Gary Glitter. So Gary Glitter is set to earn huge royalties from the Joker movie. And this is from CNBC. As CNBC reports, the contentious inclusion of a song by convicted pedophile Gary Glitter in Joker has sparked a wave of criticisms from moviegoers. I'm a moviegoer. Now, I just read about this. I didn't know that there was any criticisms from moviegoers about Gary Glitter's song being included in this movie. So, where is the criticisms at? The makers of the movie have stoked controversy for featuring Glitter's 1972 Rock and Roll Part 2 in a lengthy scene. No, the makers of the movie have stoked controversy because they made a movie about the Joker, a bad guy in the Batman universe. And it's caused such outrage, well, it's caused media outrage because people are so afraid to go to the movie, or people will walk out of the theater because they're afraid of getting shot, according to the media. The song plays for approximately 2 minutes as Joaquin Phoenix, who has received rave reviews for his portrayal of the eponymous villain, dances down a long flight of steps outside his Gotham City apartment. Glitter, whose real name is Paul Gadd, who we've detailed on Compelled before, is reportedly expected to receive a lump sum for allowing the recording to be used in Joker. He is also thought to be in line for music royalties depending on the success of movie theater ticket sales, DVD sales, and film soundtrack sales. He was jailed for a total of 16 years in 2015 for attempted rape, 4 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of having sex with a girl underage. All 6 offenses were committed during the 70s and 80s. Those are just the ones that they found out about. And he was first jailed in 1999. He was first jailed in 1999 when he admitted to possessing images of child abuse. Again, this is all detailed in a previous edition of Compelled that we talked about. And Gary Glitter's part of the whole Savile Ray Tourette Operation U Tree deal that happened Jimmy Savile, Ray Tourette, all those guys, Top of the Pops. Gary Glitter was a part of that whole gang of people. Why does Hollywood continually use music from people like Gary Glitter, known convicted offenders, sex offenders, in their movies? I mean, part of me hopes that it's just because they think that the song is going to fit here or there. Part of me really hopes that it's just innocent. You know what would work really good in this scene? This song. And not even think about it and put it in the movie. And part of me wonders if they do it because, not because they know Gary or anything else like that, but they know who he is and what he's done and put the music in anyways because, again, it fits the scene. But you couldn't find any other music that would fit that scene. Rock and Roll Part 1, in my opinion, is not that good of a song. I can't stand it. I didn't like it the first time I heard it. I didn't like it the millionth time I heard it. And there's been multiple variations of that song from other artists. But again, remaking a song of a man who is a convicted sex offender. I don't understand. Why? Well, let's find out what the controversy really is. All of the reports are just recent within the last 10 hours. Joker movie under fire for using Gary Glitter song 35 minutes ago. Joaquin Phoenix dances to sex offender Gary Glitter's song from Oxygen 1 hour, 45 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 4 hours, 6 hours, 28 minutes. So there isn't controversy until after the movie comes out. There isn't controversy when the scene was played. There's a video of it. There's a video of this song for the movie that was released. There was no controversy for the song when the film was being previewed. There was no controversy for the song when the film was previewed for critics. And there's two different previews. I mean, previewed meaning there was no controversy for the song when it was played at Cannes and the Venice Film Festival. Let me redo that one. There was no controversy for the song when it was when the movie was played for the Venice Film Festival. There was no controversy for the song when it was previewed for critics at all. But let's see, the movie premiered on Thursday for the rest of us. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now there's anger for use of a song by Gary Glitter 4 days after the movie premiered. 4 days. Good job. Good reporting, critics. Because they don't care. They don't care what music's used in the film. If it fits the scene, if it does anything to enhance your emotional connection to the movie. I've seen the movie. I forgot that the song was in there. In fact, I didn't even remember it at all until I looked up. I saw this article. I'm like, oh, God, Gary Glitter. Fake outrage. That's what this is. It's fake outrage that happened 4 days after. This should have been part of the talking points of this movie, not the garbage that they put out there that the Joker is so controversial and why you shouldn't see the Joker this weekend. My favorite article, which is fuck this. No film school. Fuck this movie. Todd Phillips' Joker arrives in theaters Friday with plenty of controversy stirred by Phillips himself, along with the risk of an active shooter in some locations. I mean, that's just stoking the fire for whatever. But that's fake controversy. That's fake outrage. The real outrage should be something like, why are we still allowing people like Victor Salva and Gary Glitter to make money off of an industry that has promoted them constantly, and then they've taken advantage of that by becoming sex offenders? I don't want to use the bad word, but we all know what they did. And when it comes right down to it, this is the real outrage. I mean, what's done is done. They've used the song already. But what they need to do is they need to make it right. And the profits that song makes should go to the survivors of Gary Glitter's assaults. That's what should happen. He shouldn't receive a damn penny at all. The record company shouldn't receive a damn penny. All of the profits, all of it, should go to the people that he's affected, if they're still alive, and if they're not, they should go to the family members of those that were affected. That's how that should work. Put it into a big trust fund. and give them a monthly stipend so that they can live. He deserves nothing. All of his money, all the money that he's ever made, all of the money that he has right now, all the money that he makes off of these songs should go to the remaining survivors of his assaults. That's how it should be. But will it happen? No, it won't. Because people don't give a shit. Lawyers, court costs, all that stuff. They don't care. They don't care about the people that have been affected by this. They only care about if he can still make money and they get their share of the pie. What an absolutely screwed industry this is. Gary Glitter is garbage. Using that song was a garbage move. And I still can't believe that I didn't even hear it. I don't even remember the damn song. And they're using it as a video to promote the movie, which in my opinion makes it 10 times worse. They should pull that video. YouTube should pull that video. DC, Warner Brothers, they should pull that video. And he shouldn't see a goddamn penny of any money from this song or any other song that he's ever done that's still played. That's how serious this is. This is bad. This guy is a bad person. The lives that he's affected, the people that he has wronged. And he's doing a stint in jail for 16 years. He's convicted, and it took 40 years to convict this guy. Oh, I promise I won't do it again. Then he moves to the capital of sex offenders and continually does it. And then he cries about how bad it is in jail. Well, do the crime, you do the time. Sorry. But for him to make money off of this that's just adding insult to injury. Anyways, if you haven't seen The Joker, I highly recommend it. The Gary Glitter stuff aside. It's a blip on the whole thing. There's no controversy about being shot at. There's no controversy with the outrage. It's all fake. The media is making this bigger than it really is. It's a good movie. Be sure to check out our review of the movie over on our Cinescape magazine page for a little bit more in-depth look at what Todd Phillips has done. And, of course, our take on what Martin Scorsese had to say about these films not being cinema or anything else like that. Marvel and DC films not being cinema. It's all cinema. But we'll get more into depth with that. Anyways, thanks for listening. And also be on the lookout for our new Billy Mitchell project that we're working on, which will be released here in the next week or so. Thanks. Have a good day.